Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Yeti here, and welcome to Cubway. This is an interesting one to explain in that it's, I guess, a puzzle-esque game, but also sort of like an art piece. Very simplistic, but also, I guess, a lot to get your head around. Very simplistic interface and very simplistic game itself. Pretty much, you got your settings here. Not a ton going on. Levels, there are currently 36 levels in the game. I've completed 23 of them. Level 24, we'll talk about that later. And then you can see that there is more coming soon. The game is £2 on Steam, I believe, for US dollars. More levels coming soon. 36 levels, pretty good for £2 in my opinion. So the fact that they're making more is awesome. So I think the best way to show it off is just to head into level 1 here. And a lot of this game comes down to the interesting / unique visuals and also the sound as well. You can obviously hear the music now, which I'll play a bit more later on. You can have a good listen to that. So this is Cubway. This is level 1, so it's as simple as get 2 buttons. You can either use the left and right arrow keys, you can use A and D, or you can use left and right click. I tend to favour left and right arrow keys. Occasionally click might be a bit better, but you'll see that later on. So this is Cubway. You are this little red thing, and you want to make it to this orange square even at the end. And you'll start to see as we go on why I feel like it's quite artistic rather than a game. Trying to maybe go down more of the experience path. Still a game though, still some puzzle aspects to it, which you'll see later on as well. So it says there, find the spot. You can see the spot on the right. So basically objects, if there's an object in your way, 9 times out of 10 it'll move when you go sort of to it but without touching it. Tends to be how that works. So at the end of each level you will uncover a little image. As you can see, this is a Samsara wheel. And then that sort of is the name of the level as well. And that's why I say it's artistic, because a lot of the images, like, I've not myself been able to draw a link between the images. I've not, you know, they've not seemed to add up to anything. So this level is called a bridge, so you can imagine we're probably going to get a bridge at the end of this level. They could be telling a story, they could mean nothing. I honestly haven't been able to figure it out for myself. So there it teaches you that you can go back there. So this is the simple things of the game. Objects move when you go up to them. You saw the circle there. Some objects like that may need you to move away after you've interacted with them. Some objects you won't interact with. There's an object that shoots triangles at you, which hopefully I'll get to demonstrate later on. These guys, this spinning thing, this one's fine because it's just the one, but you get like crosses later which spin around and you have to get to the center of them. They can be awkward. So yeah, it's one of those games where different people will get different experiences out of it. I found it quite relaxing. Personally, I've found my time pretty relaxing with this game. I've put only 50 minutes into it, and that's got me sort of 2/3 of the way through it, although I am quite stuck. Yeah, so I find it quite relaxing. I think just the visuals and how slow going it is, but also interesting, and also the music as well, definitely. Has found it made it quite a relaxing experience for me. I find it quite interesting to see the way the levels are designed, and to see the little images at the end is always cool. But having said that, I could easily see someone getting frustrated by this in the same way that something like Geometry was, or Geometry Dash even could frustrate someone, in that it's very simplistic but it's also very easy to mess up, which you'll see as we go into the later levels. I'll probably do a couple more levels here, then I'll show off some later levels, but for now, simple enough. I died there. Okay, so I don't remember these levels, evidently. Oops. Yeah, a lot of time you've got to have patience. There's a lot of trial and error associated with it, in that there's stuff that you'll see and you'll just not know what it'll do. Even if, like, you might see a square, and it could do something completely different to what you've seen a square do in the past, so... Oh, so that's going to bong out. Okay, so we need to move back then when that goes. This is where I mentioned sometimes clicking's a little bit better. It depends on what keyboard you have. I have chiclet keys, as opposed to a mechanical keyboard. So if you want to do like absolutely tiny movements, sometimes doing like a tiny click might be a little bit better. I've gotten used to using the keyboard for it though, so I can tend to do smaller clicks. But I know in the earlier levels, when it was like some really tight timing, I was using the mouse instead of the keyboard in places. So that's the bell there. Again, I don't know if there's any story to this. There's a similar theme with the images. They're all quite rustic, all sort of similarly presented with like the filter on them, or I don't know if they're just old pictures or what, but they are all quite similarly presented. So these things are annoying. You've got to get the timing right to try and go along with them. So we'll do this level and I'll probably hop into a later level here. It's pretty cool though, especially for £2. It's a very cheap game. Very easy time killer as well. It's very easy to just pop this on for 20 minutes and have some fun with it. So this square, I'm going to move back in case. Has triangles in it, okay. And a surprising variety in the objects and the enemies as well. As of right now, we're only moving left. Later on, we start to get to move like up and down and stuff as well along the route. Okay, this is the lighthouse. So what we're going to do is I'm going to jump into, I guess, the second set of levels to where it starts to get a bit harder. So level 19. So we're going left now instead of right. Don't recall what any of this does. Okay. So I guess we need to hit that and then like bolt pretty much. Yeah, okay. Again, trial and error, you gotta get timing right. Try and figure out what the trigger point for that is. Okay. Okay, so that's gonna pop out. So this one doesn't have any direction changes. I think they've been introduced by this point. Okay, we made it to the level. Yeah, you get these like little things which you hit, and then they'll change your direction between like across or up. So they're pretty cool. We'll try and... Okay, not this one. Oh, I'm probably gonna get stuck on this one. This one's like a... This one was an interesting one. You've got to try... It's pretty simplistic in that you've literally just got to go to the edge of these things, but you've got to do it fast enough because that thing at the end will block you off from the exit. That one took me a while the first try round to get the, because you got to get it quick, but you've also got to not go too close to the squares there. So it's interesting. So sometimes the image actually relates to the level. Like you saw when we did level 6, which was bell. There was a bell, like it bonged when we got to the circle and it sent out like a wave. But something like the room wasn't really much link on the last level, which is fine. Okay. So a bit before the cross there. Again, a lot of trial and error. We're going to get to see the direction change thing pretty soon here, I believe. Okay. Simple enough. Yeah, I think they get kind of hard pretty fast here. Like, I don't know if it's the next level or the level after, but this is where I start to get stuck. There was like one level in the first set of levels I got stuck on for ages. Yeah, this level, this is where it starts to get hard, because this level I was stuck on for quite a while. So as you can see, these little orange circles here change the direction in which you move from horizontal to vertical, or vice versa. So this one, it's the timing of that crossing. We need to try and get to the center of that cross, but the timing is tricky. And we did it first try, awesome. If only I could have done that the first time. That was train, that was level 22. So we're coming on to, I'll try to do level 23, which was actually my favourite level, and then we'll see if I can get to level 24. 24 I think is the one I'm stuck on. I do want to demonstrate 24, even if I don't get to finish this one. Sometimes when the direction change, you have to just check whether you need to be going, pressing left or right. It's like... So yeah, this level I got stuck on because what we need to do here, these shoot these arrows. They sort of remind me of the, if anyone's played Super Meat Boy, the dog shooting things, except they don't split up. So I want to try and bait them out so I can get in here, knock this, try and get out. There we go. Ooh, oh no. Yeah, this is my favourite level just because there was like strategy to it, there was timing, gotta have patience. Just a pretty cool level. Okay, so we got to get out. We're going to try and avoid these guys, and then we're going to go for it. There we go. Pretty cool level. A bit of action-y aspects to it there. Level 24, this is the one I'm stuck on, and the reason why I'm stuck on this is because this is the first time I've had what feels like a proper puzzle, in that, like, a lot of the game a lot of the puzzleness just comes down to, get the fucking sentence out. A lot of the puzzleness just comes down to trial and error. But this one, for the first time so far, I genuinely have not been able to figure out what I was supposed to do here. So a part of this, if I go to the bottom here, it just stops me. Oh, she's singing, so she does this sometimes. Yeah, sometimes she starts singing. It's very, very spooky. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, this one, the reason why I'm not sure what to do here is because, okay, so we're stuck here. I've gotten as close to that circle as I possibly can without touching it, and I've died. And I touching the arrows, the triangles kill me. I've tried timing it with when it hits the wall. I just have not been able to figure out how to do this level. So that's why I sort of called it quits here. I'm an idiot. Okay, we go that way. Puzzles. Okay, there you go. That's what a puzzle looks like. So now I'm fucked. Although maybe no, I want to do this. I don't know why I didn't think to do that beforehand, honestly. But hey ho. Well, let's try and do this one live then. Oh, that makes so much more sense. Yeah, the spooking is like the spooking. The singing's really spooky, in my opinion. Go! Oh, the arrow, dude. Got a lightning round off on us. It's got the city hall in the background. So that's pretty much Cubway. You get the general idea. I'll give this level a couple tries as I do the outro. But I'll probably be ending it off here so I don't ruin any solutions, so to speak. Sort of in the way I just did with the previous level. But this is Cubway. £2 on Steam, $4 I believe. Link will be in the description if you want to check it out. Pretty cool game. Very, very nice little time waster. But yeah, as I said, if Geometry Dash was the sort of game which annoys you a little bit, to say the least, maybe not the game for you. But if you enjoy, you know, a bit of casual, fun, sort of outlandish games, artistic games, could be an interesting experience for you. But that's going to do it for this episode of Taking a Gander. If you enjoyed the video, a like would be greatly appreciated, and if you want to see more similar content, be sure to subscribe. I have a bit of a backlog of games currently to look at, so I'm working my way through those. I was playing one for about an hour last night, which may come out soon. But yes, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the future. Peace, guys.